Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important method to centralize the div. Okay, so prior to this session, we have already covered and discussed various other methods through which we can centralize the div. But in this session, what we are going to do, we are going to talk about another method where we will utilize display flex in order to centralize the div. Now some of you might be thinking, like, we have already discussed the method to centralize the div, then why we are learning all possible ways? Because in project there might be different scenarios or condition. So as per the condition we have to use the solution, and in centralizing div is one of the very important topic, or you can say the task for the HTML, because yes, as per the condition we are supposed to take the different solution in order to achieve or in order to centralize the div. Okay, so that's why we are talking about all those possible values or method through which we can perform the div centralization. Okay, so let's start with the topic, and just before starting the topic, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because these all sessions are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for now we are just focusing on the centralization part. But prior to that, we discussed what is div, why we need div, and many other HTML basic concepts like tables, list, and many other things. Okay, so yeah. And as usual, there is one question for all of you. Today's question is, can we use position absolute in div to centralize it in the HTML web page? So you just need to write the answer for this question, and those who will correctly put the answer in the comment section will be spotlighted in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so yeah, I think now we are good to start with the session. So here you can see we have just noted down the basic HTML code, where we have set the title in the head section, and title is Tech Sharmit, and there is one heading which is showing HTML by Tech Sharmit. So if I show you the output of this web page, it is coming like this: HTML by Tech Sharmit. Now what we will do, we will put one more heading for today's topic, and topic is centralizing the div using display display flex. Okay, so this is the topic, centralizing the div using display flex. Now to achieve this thing, let me show you heading first. This is how it looks like. Okay, so now what we will do, for this method we do need two divs, or you can say we need multiple divs in order to show the div in center. Okay, so for that, let's create the first div. Firstly, I'll write the code, and then I'll explain you what all things we have mentioned. So let's write the outer div. So in outer div we will do nothing for now, and then we will create the inner div, because I want to show you like how outer div is centralizing the things. Okay, so here in inner div we will write one label so that you can see the text written over here and we will copy this text itself, copied, and here we will paste it. And now if you save it and refresh it, it is coming like this. So it's better to put some styling so that we can see it like a div. So after style we will write here background color first. Background color would be antique white. Then we will set height would be 200 pixels. Then we will set the width would be 50%, and that's it. Let's save it. So now you can see it is coming like this, but it is not centralized yet, right? And we wanted to make it centralized. So to make it centralized, now we will apply some properties, or you can say some properties to the outer div. Okay, so to apply those property, let me add proper spacing here. Okay, so let's go here and write here style. In style we will firstly mention display flex. So what it will do, display flex will enable, or you can say it will turn this div into container, flex container. Okay, so whenever you are specifying display flex in the outer div, then it enables and consider this div as a flex container and allow its capabilities. Like now we will set other thing like content align content, yeah, this one, align content center. So if you write align content center, okay, let's do one more thing. Prior to this, let's set some background color, which would be blue maybe, and height, not width, only height. Why not width? I'll tell you. 400 pixels. Save it and refresh it. So you can see there is one outer div, and in this we have inner div. So we have created the div. Now it's time to make it centralized, the inner one. So to make it centralized, we will set the display. So write display flex. So will it allow you to centralize? No, it will not, but it has enabled few more properties for this div, which is align center, so here you can simply write here, just write simply here align items center. So we will select the second option, center, and then we will write. So if you write align item center and save it, so you will see it has been centralized vertically, not horizontally. For horizontally, we will set justify item center. Now you can save it, not justify item, justified content. Here we need to pass justify content center, and now you can see it is already it is also centralized horizontally. Okay, so in short you can say that when you use flex align item, when you use display flex, it enable it and it turns it as a simple flex container. Okay, and once the div is converted to flex container, then you can use these two properties, which is align item center, which will make it horizontally aligned to center, and justified content center, which will make it vertically horizontally. For horizontally we will use justify content, and for vertically we will use the another one. So if okay, let me explain you in the easiest way. So let's talk one by one each and everything. The first is display flex. So what it basically is doing, this turns the outer div into a flex container, which enables a Flexbox layout capabilities. Now what are those Flexbox layout capabilities? First is justified content center. This centers the inner content horizontally within the outer div. Okay, then we have align item center. This centers the inner content vertically within the outer div. Then we have height, which we always use, and width, which is also. One more thing you have noticed, that here we are not specifying width. Why? Because if let's say if you set the width as 50%, then it will align it accordingly, and it will come like this. But if you want to take it, if you want to centralize it for the entire web page as per the height, then in that case you can skip this part. Otherwise you can go with it. Okay, so for now let's remove it. Okay, now some of you might be thinking like, if you don't want to show this blue color, so yeah, you can simply remove the background color and it will work as similar. So with this we can simply remove it and refresh it. Clear? So this is the one of the best method through which we can centralize the div. And again I want to mention here, like here we are centralizing the div both horizontally wise as well as vertical wise. Okay, so there are many other scenarios that we can that we will discuss in the upcoming session. So I hope this session is clear to all of you, And now I request you to please put the answer of this question in the comment section so that others can take the reference from it. So yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.